Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Starting a couple minutes late there, had a few technical difficulties. Had to switch some things around from streaming Vampire Survivors yesterday because, well, I forgot to switch them around, so gave me a few issues right at the beginning there, but seems like we're good to go now, so great. Alright, so today's plan is to try and beat the Spire with the Watcher. We've successfully won with the Ironclad, the Silent, and the Defect. I have not successfully won with the Watcher yet, so hopefully we'll be able to do that today. Alright, let's see. Remove a card from your deck, obtain a random common relic, take 21 damage and remove 2 cards, or use my starting relic and obtain a random boss relic. I think I'm going to obtain a common relic. We got the Ancient Tea Set. That's a pretty nice one. After every rest we get 2 extra energy on the next battle. So that's a good one. That's a pretty good one. Oh boy, we got more of the Flaming Elite's enemies up here. I've not had too much good luck with those. So maybe we will not go that way. But on the other way, and that way does have lots of stuff, or we could just avoid that and go the other elite way, so that's fine too. So we'll give it a try here. Alright, let's give both these guys a good old strike to start this off, so they use up their armor ability. And then we'll just give this guy another strike to do a little bit more damage to him. Alright, well, since neither of them are going to attack us, Eruption is great, and then we can just finish this guy off with a double-powered strike. Let's see what we got here. We got Follow-Up. Deals 7 damage. If the last card played this combat was an attack, we gain a energy. Ooh, that's nice, so it's kinda can be free if you play it after another attack. We got Flurry of Blows, which we've taken previous encounters. And we got Swivel, which gains 8 block, and the next attack we play costs 0. Ooh, wow, that could be super helpful if we get some strong attacks. I think I'm gonna go with Swivel. I don't know if I've seen that one before. We'll try to get some high cost attacks for her then. Alright, so we're going to do a Swivel, and then do an attack, and then do a defend. So we don't take any damage, and we take these guys out. And we do a little bit of damage and don't get taken damage in return. Alright. Only one defend. Oof. Alright, well, we'll defend. Yeah, I'm not going to Eruption this turn, otherwise he'll suddenly start doing a ton more damage, so we'll just hit him twice and go on. Alright, this time he's not going to attack us, so of course now would be the great time for Eruption, but not lucky enough to collect that, so we'll just continue onwards. Alright, let's see, he's going to do 14, so we really probably should just straight up defend this turn. Alright, let's see what he's going to do this time. He's got not attack, and this time we did draw Eruption, so that's super useful. We can Eruption and then strike him to finish him off. Alright, let's see what cards we got this time. We got Follow-Up, which is the same one we got one of the other one. Last round we could choose that one. We got Flying Sleeves, which we got last time, which is a card we get to retain, which is kind of nice because so it can stick around until we want to deal it. Or you can go Consecrate and deal 5 damage to all. Well, considering that costs nothing and deals 5 damage to everyone, I think I'm going to go with that one. Alright, let's, well, I like the events, which I've previously said a lot more when we've done these ones, so... Alright, let's see what we got here. We can remove a card from my deck, transform a card, or upgrade a card. Alright, let's transform one of our basic cards here. Let's get rid of one of our strike cards and see what it turns into. It turns into Meditate. Meditate puts a card from our discard pile into our hand and retain it, and then we enter Calm. But we do end our turn after we play it, so we want to make sure that we play that as our last card of the turn, so we don't accidentally miss doing other things. Alright, we got a room with a hole in the ground. Ah, yes, it's the creepy snake who wants us to give a lot of gold, but fills us with doubt. I've generally been alright with gold, so I am not going to agree with this serpent. And then we'll continue onward, fight a few more guys going up this way. Just a cultist all by himself, they aren't too hard. Go with the eruption here, and then we'll meditate and bring eruption back into our hand for next round. And hopefully we'll draw a lot of attacking cards, which it looks like we did. That's going to be helpful. Alright, we'll be able to gain the block and also make our eruption cost 0, so we can just deal a lot more damage and then get energy back from playing that. And then we can just finish him off with a couple strikes. Alright, let's see. We've got Fear No Evil, which deals 8 damage, and if the enemy intends to attack, enter Calm. That's helpful. Evaluate, which gains 6 block and shuffle and insight into our deck. Ooh, Insight's a 0-cost card that allows us to draw 2 cards and then exhaust. Interesting. It's similar to Pot of Greed from Yu-Gi-Oh! It allows us to draw 2 cards. Alright, and then there's Bowling Bash, which deals 7 damage for each enemy. Oh, dang it, I did not actually intend to choose that one. I was going to pick the one that allowed us to draw cards. But I misclicked when I was hovering over it, so now we have Bowling Bash. Dang it. Oh well, hopefully that won't be a problem in the long run. I was going to say Bowling Bash is okay, but only against big groups of enemies where it'll deal lots of damage, but oh well. Alright, let's do a swivel here so we can dodge that attack, and then I guess we'll use this new card to deal 14 damage. And strike it. Alright, and then yes. But what does Pot of Greed do? Alright, we'll enter, we'll give this guy a good strike, and we'll defend up a few times here to take some armor. Alright, we got Meditate, we just gotta remember to do that last, that's a pretty good one. We can Consecrate here for, well, that one's already for free, so we might as well do a free strike, and then do a free Consecrate, and then do another defend. And I suppose I probably could have done a Meditate there, but so what, I'll do a Meditate now. Let's bring Swivel back into our hand for next round. Alright, nice, we can do a Swivel Eruption combo, followed by hitting this guy with a bowling ball. How that's related to monks, I don't really know, but that's alright. We're not taking Bowling Bash this time. We got Inner Peace. If we're in Calm, draw 3 cards, otherwise enter Calm. Well, we got pressure points, which applies 8 mark. All enemies lose HP equal to their mark. Ooh, interesting. I haven't seen this one or heard much about mark, so let's try and do some marking. Oh, that's not going to work super well against these guys, but that's alright. Let's see what we got here. We can do damage to everyone, which is always a nice thing. Yes, clearly monks are known for their love of bowling. That's why they have the bowling bash. Yes. All right, we'll get a little bit of block up. We'll give this guy, this one here, another smack in the face, and then we'll go for a meditate to bring Swivel back for next turn. So we're gonna get a bunch of dazed cards in our deck, which is not helpful, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, we're going to... We can definitely kill one of them, but it does mean we'll take a lot of damage from the other one. That being said, I don't know if it's the best idea, so I think we're just gonna stick with the bowling bash here and then do another defend so that we do not take as much damage. I've always been real bad with the monk and leaving me in the offensive stance for too long and then just taking tons and tons of damage, so I'm trying to play it a little more defensively this time. Alright, we'll apply some mark to this guy, but unfortunately his artifact negates that, so not the best option, but we can take care of that guy, and that way there's one less enemy on the field. Though we do take a little more damage from that, so not great. It's alright, we got cards still. Yeah, so we drew a bunch of cards this time, dang. Alright, well we'll do Swivel, we'll get this guy Strike, we'll do a Meditate to bring Swivel back for next turn. Hopefully we can get something better. Yeah, hopefully we can... Alright, nope. This is... We can Consecrate and deal 5 damage to everyone, but that's already free. And then we'll just defend up and end our turn. Unfortunately, the keeping the card in our hand is only useful for 1 turn, so it still gets discarded, but there wasn't anything super useful with playing it anyways, so... Oof, so many, Alright, let's see here. Well... Let's just finish this guy off with the bowling ball, and then, I guess we're gonna be stuck in, offensive stance for 1 turn, but maybe we'll be able to do some damage to this guy if we don't draw too many dazed cards. Alright, unfortunately we only drew the bowling bash, which means we're going to have to do that, do the defend, and we're going to take a pretty significant amount of damage, because once again, I've left myself in the offensive mode. And we're still not drawing an actual enough damage, it's all dazed cards. Alright, so this is exactly what I was talking about, where I shouldn't have put myself in the offensive mode. And now I'm suffering for it. At least he only attacks every other turn. But we are just going to enter Calm now, so that we can not take damage this turn, since, geez, we just haven't drawn any attacks the last couple of turns. Alright. Let's just finish this guy off here. Boom. Alright, we got the Centennial Puzzle. Yet another lovely Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference. Alright, we got Establishment. Whenever a card is retained, reduces cost by 1 this round. That is a pretty good power, so it makes retained cards cheaper. That's good if we get a lot of retained cards. Consecrates, another 0 for 5, or Inner Peace, which allows us to draw cards or enter Calm. Maybe we should get a couple more cards that allow us to enter Calm, since I'm not always the best at using my 1 card I have to best effect. All right, we got a shop here. That's pretty good. Ooh, we got a sale. Lesson learned. Deal 10 damage if fatal. Upgrade a random card in your deck and then exhaust. Interesting. So if this kills somebody, it upgrades a random card in our deck. Huh. We got another Bowling Bash Crescendo. Enter Wrath and then exhaust. Ooh, we got Nirvana, which is a power that allows us to, whenever scry, we gain 3 block, but we don't have any abilities that allow us to scry. Put a skill from your draw pile into your hand. Exhaust up to 3 cards in your hand and then exhaust. Unfortunately, we can't afford any this guy. Let's see, because we get to choose this card that just starts in our hand. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards, or when viewed... Oh, that's an interesting thing. The Frozen Eye is helpful, so we can look at our draw pile and know what's coming next. Yeah, how about we go with the Frozen Eye? That seems like a useful thing. We can know what's coming up then and plan a little better. Alright, over to the chest here. Let's see what we get out of this chest. We get Bronze Scales, which allows us to start each combat with 3 thorns, or we get the Sapphire Key. I don't know what the keys do. I've not beat... I assume it's something to do with beating the game with all 3 of the main people, but because I didn't have these options before until after that happened. But I haven't done it, so we'll continue onwards. Also, if you do know what happens because you've done that, please do not spoil that part for me, because I prefer not to have that happen. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's give this guy strike, and unfortunately only 7 damage because there's only 1 enemy here, and then we'll do a meditate to bring back, I guess, the Bowling Bash, because it's a little stronger than the strike. And now this guy gets stronger whenever we play a skill card, which is not super great because a lot of the monk's cards are in fact skill cards. But we do now know what we're drawing, so at least that's helpful. A lot of yeah, for next turn. Yeah, even Miracle is a skill card, so this is going to be kind of a rough battle here. Let's... Well, I could... I think I'm going to just have to do some swivels for some defense and then do a strike and a bowling ball and just try to stop it there. See what we can do. Alright, so we got our cards here. We probably... Ooh, I do not want to erupt right now, despite the fact that it would be useful to deal a lot of damage to him, but we would take so much damage in return, so I'm going to say that's not a good idea here. So we're going to mark that guy, we're going to do a consecrate, we're going to do a strike, and then we're going to try and defend whatever we can to, well, from this guy slowly getting stronger. Alright, we do get a lot of cards this turn because of our Centennial Puzzle there. Let's try and take advantage of that. So let's do an eruption here, and then we just got to be careful that we don't leave ourselves in the offensive mode here. So we got Inner Peace for that, so we can do a couple of strikes, and not, yeah, we don't have anything else that does damage, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to Inner Peace here, and even with that he's still gonna do 33 damage, which means I have once again got myself killed. Even if I play a Miracle and a Defend card, he's still gonna be doing more than I have. So, yep. I am just not super great with the monk, but that's alright. That's alright, we'll try again. We'll try again. Yeah, so we do not have as good of options since we didn't get to the first boss, so we either get enemies in the next 3 combats just have 1 HP, or max HP plus 7. I mean, enemies in the next 3 combats is nice. Especially if you can, yeah, if we time this real carefully, we can have our 3rd combat be this, flamey elite enemy and maybe kill it in just 1 shot, assuming none of the events are combats, which is possible if we're real lucky. Alright. We got Wheel Kick, which deals 15 damage and then draws 2 cards. We got Bowling Bash, and we got Wave of the Hand. Whenever you gain block this turn, apply 1 weak to all enemies. That's helpful, but I think I'm going to go with the Wheel Kick. We just have to hope none of these events are combat events. Oh, we got a Cleric. I don't think we need the Clerics. We definitely don't need the healing, and our deck only has 1 new card in it, so we're not going to get anything out of the Cleric this time. Alright, we got a couple of slimes here. As long as we drew a couple of strikes, we can just take both these guys out. Boom, boom. A Bottle Miracle adds 2 miracles to our hand. Ooh, well that's like 2 free energy. That's helpful. Cut Through Fate deals 7 damage, scry 2, and draw a card. Wow, that's pretty helpful. We got Wheel Kick again. We got Empty Fist, which deals 9 damage, and Exit Our Stance. I kind of like the Cut Through Fate. That sounds super helpful. Alright, what event we have here? Ah, we got the Living Walls again. Alright, I am going to transform one of our strikes, and let's see what we get out of it. Maybe we'll get something really cool. We got an Empty Fist. That's fair. It's one more card that allows us to leave the offensive stance when we want to, and it's an attack. Oh, nice. We can upgrade 2 random cards and lose 14 HP, so we got a Strike Plus and a Defend Plus. Not exactly the cards I would have picked given the option, but yeah, it's alright. And then we have this guy, but he only has 1 HP, so we'll style on him. So we got 26 gold, we got some nunchucks, we got the Emerald Key, and we get a card. We got Flurry of Blows, we got Pray, which gains 3 mantra, and shuffle an insight into your draw pile. Here we go. When we obtain 10 mantra, we enter Divinity, and we get insight from this card, which is the lovely Pot of Greed again. So we're definitely going to go with that one. Made sure to pick the right one this time. Alright, let's see what we got. Talk to the Hand, deals 5 damage. Whenever you attack this enemy, gain 2 block. Alright, so that's good if you can get lots of attacks off. We got Weave, which deals 4 damage. Whenever you scry, return this from the discard pile to your hand. We do have a card that allows us to scry, so that's a helpful card. We got Halt, which gains 3 block. If you're in Wrath, gain 9 additional block. That's useful. Swivel we saw last round, and then Study. At the end of your turn, shuffle an insight into your draw pile. Oh, so that's a power. Interesting. So it's a power so that every turn you shuffle an insight into your draw pile. That's a good one. I like that one. We also have the Medical Kit. Unplayable status cards can now be played. Whenever you play a status card, exhaust it. Huh. That's somewhat helpful. I'm definitely going to go for the Study there, though, and I think I'll pick up the Weave as well. And we'll continue onwards. Got a couple of these guys. They aren't too bad. Alright, let's do a Wheel Kick on one of them to just instantly take them out there. And then we'll play our Defense Plus to not take any damage from this guy. Nice, nice. Yeah, so let's give him a strike. Cut Through Fate. We'll get rid of the Defend. We'll get rid of both of those because I'm hoping to draw a Strike or Weave. That works too. I guess we had the weave or a strike already, but weave's good. Yep. Got a colorless potion. That's always super helpful. And let's see what we get out of this. Sash Whip deals 8 damage. If the last combat or card this played was an attack, deal 1 weak. That's nice. We got Meditate again. That's useful. And we got Crushed Joints, which deals 8 damage. And if the last killer card played was a skill, applies a vulnerability. Interesting, interesting. Let's go with Crushed Joints so we can make enemies take more damage. It's always a fun thing. Alright, which chest to go to? They're both the same and no real way of telling them apart, so let's see what's above them. We got a couple enemies here, a couple event options. If we go this way, we got enemy or a shot, but I've spent most of my gold, so we get more fires going this way, so I could upgrade a couple of cards. So yeah, let's go this way. Upgrade some cards. Take the gold. Go for the sapphire key. Let's see what some of our upgrade options are. Crush Joints makes it deal more damage and 2 vulnerability. Weave deals 6 damage. Study becomes only 1 cost. That's pretty helpful. Prey gains us 4 mana, which means we only have to play it 3 times in order to enter Divinity instead of... That's nice. Empty Fist deals 14. Cut Through Fate deals 9 and scries 3. Wow, 20 if we go for a wheel kick. Let's go for Study. Reducing the mana cost of that seems like it would be very helpful. Alright, let's fight a monster here. It's a bunch of slimes. So many slimes, and we have no AoE cards. That is not as helpful. Alright, well, we'll defend. We'll cut through fate on this guy. We'll get rid of this defend card. Draw the study. Get the weave back. And then play the study so we can start getting more insights at the end of our turn. Definitely going to take some damage because there's so many little slimes, but it's alright. Alright, let's see. We got wheel kick, we got strike, we got eruption. Let's take out another one of these guys with a wheel kick. Draw us a couple cards. Let's see what we can do here. Let's play a defend here. And also do a pray so we can get a little bit of mantra going up there. Get some more insights so we can draw even more cards. Alright, got Crushing Joints. Nice. And we got a lot of insights. Well, let's Crushing Joints this guy so we can deal a little more damage to him. Hit him with something, do an insight, see what cards we draw. Alright, we got an eruption and a defend. Let's do a defend and then do another insight and draw some more cards. Alright, and then we'll finish our... We'll just play the other defend so we aren't taking damage. Alright, all the damage is blocked. Let's see what we get this turn. A couple strikes, a prey, a weave. Nice, alright. So we'll weave that guy, we'll strike that guy, we'll strike this guy, we'll do a prey. More insights going into our deck. We're going to be able to draw so many cards. We're going to Pot of Greed into Pot of Greed. Although, we could just kill this guy, so no need to do that. Alright, gain 7 block, exit your stance, and pressure points. Seems like pressure points is good if you can get a lot of them. So maybe if we start collecting those, we can keep stacking those up. I'm curious what upgrading the pressure point card does. If it just makes it, yeah, it just makes it apply more mark. Alright, I think instead we should try and get some healing, because we're definitely a little low. Step by the shop. I don't know if we'll be able to buy anything here, but let's see. Definitely none of the special ones down there. We have this: whenever a card is retained, reduce its cost by 1. However, I think all the cards that we currently have that do retain already cost 0, so that's not so helpful. We got Tranquility, which is retain and enter calm and then is exhausted. Collect, put a miracle plus into your hand at the start of your next X turns. Oh, that's interesting. So we can play this to lose mana now, but then get super mana later. This is Conclude, deals 12 damage to all enemies and ends our turn. And then Sands of Time, retain and deal 20 damage. When retained, lower its cost by 1 this combat. That's very interesting. So it slowly gets cheaper over time. If you combined Establishment and this one together, you'd be able to knock that cost down really fast. Alright, let's see. Let's go with Conclude. 12 damage is pretty good, as long as you just gotta remember to play that card last, like we had with Meditate. It's like it's simple enough. A couple of Spore Clouds here. Alright, let's do a Defend once, do a Crush Joints, and then do a Pray. Start collecting our mantras. If we can play that card enough, we'll get Nirvana mode. Alright. The study going on. Do a defend. And then do pressure points. Definitely going to take a little more damage this turn, but that's alright. Got a heal going on after that. Alright, we got Weave, which we can play. And then Cut Through Fate, which we can play. And then that'll give us Weave back, which is super helpful. So we can Weave on this guy. And then Strike on this guy. And then play Conclude to finish both of them off, which is nice. Lesson learned, halt, or pressure point. Well, if we already got one pressure point, let's keep stacking up those pressure points. Deal more and more damage. I too wish we could get Exodia, but unfortunately Exodia is not in this game as far as I've seen. Though maybe there's some sort of card similar. Alright, let's see here. We got Strike, and Conclude. Since Hexaghost is one big old strong boss, doing a bunch of pressure points on him is going to be very helpful if we can do that. So yeah, let's start getting that going. Do Crush Joints. Do a Pray. Can't really stop the damage, unfortunately. We have no defense cards to play, so this is going to just hurt a lot. Alright, Weave, and let's see what else we got. What do we have for potions up here? We got deal 20 damage, adds 2 miracles. Let's try this colorless potion. We got Swift Strike, deals 7 damage. Panache, which every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Or Dark Shackles, enemy loses 9 strength this turn, exhaust. Well, I can see with me playing a lot of zero cost cards, I might be able to get Panache to go off somewhat often, so we'll go with that. Play Defend. Do the Empty Fist. Do another Defend. Get more insights going on. defend plus and a wheel kick. Dang, which unfortunately gives us pressure points that I would like to play but cannot. That's alright though, that's alright. Yeah, the soundtrack is really good for this game, especially the boss fights. It's pretty great. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to do a cut through fate. Definitely get rid of the burn. Do our strike here. Going to take a little bit of damage, but that's alright. Soon we'll be able... Alright, yes, good. This is a good. We got wheel kick. We got more defend cards. We got crushing joints. We got conclude, dealing more damage. Soon we'll be able to draw like our whole deck in one turn. It'll be great. We'll weave this guy. We'll throw more pressure points on him. We'll do an insight to draw more cards. How about we draw even more cards? Throw more pressure points on this guy. Maybe draw yet another cards. Throw the weave on this guy. Throw defend out so we don't take quite so much damage. And let's just draw another card so that it goes off and deals 10 damage. Because why the heck not? We just gotta apply more marks to him so he keeps taking more and more damage. Do a wheel kick. Insight, see if we can't draw... Well, is it even still on our deck? No, it's just defend to burns. Alright, well that is not ideal. We'll just take some damage and have to draw some more next turn. This is... We're gonna get pretty darn low here, health-wise. That is not great, so we're gonna do some insights here and try to get to a point where we can take this guy out. Which once we drew pressure points is what we needed. If you just keep stacking up pressure points, they won't be able to stop you. Deus Ex Machina, unplayable. When you draw this card, add 2 miracles to your hand and then exhaust. That's kinda cool, so you just automatically get 2 miracles when you draw it. Establishment we've seen before, or Judgment. If an enemy has 30 or less HP, set their HP to 0. Well, that is pretty strong. So if they just have 30 or less HP, they just die. And there's several enemies on the next level that have lots of shielding, but not so much HP. So that's a good one to take. Alright, what do we got here? We can replace holy water or pure water with holy water, which allows us to add 3 miracles to our hand. We can no longer obtain potions, but we get 1 extra energy every turn, or every enemy starts combat with 1 strength. Boy. Well, let's just go with the Sozu. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not super great with always using the potions anyways, and an extra energy every turn is going to be generally more energy overall than 2 more miracles. So we'll go with the Sozu. And head into the city. Welcome to everyone who's watching. Hopefully you're having a good day, good time. Alright, let's see what's up here. We got treasure chests up here. A merchant down this row. Any other merchants? Ah, there's a closer merchant down this one. Alright, we'll go over here so we can head to the merchant. We got a chosen one. It's alright, we're just going to scry him. We definitely don't need the eruption, so we can get the study instead, and we get the weave back because we scried, which is super great. We'll throw a pressure point on this guy, do a defend, and then we'll do the miracle and pray. Get more insights into our deck as fast as possible. Alright, more pressure points right away are great. We can just do a lovely wheel kick on this guy, and then conclude by concluding. Yes, he's going to hex us so that whenever we play a non-attack card, we shuffle Dazed into our decks, but that is fine. We're going to enter block here, or enter calm and gain some block. And then we're going to deal 9 damage and exit calm, which gives us some energy back. And instead of striking, we're going to draw a couple cards, see what we get here. Okay, so now we'll do a couple strikes. I was hoping we get a little bit stronger attacks there, but that's alright. We can just finish them off next turn. With Judgment. He's been judged. Alright, so we no longer get potions, but that's alright. We got Sanctity, which gains 6 block. If the last card played was a skill, draw 2 cards. We got Rushdown. Whenever you enter Wrath, draw 2 cards. That's useful. Or a Pressure Point Plus. Well, since we're going all out on pressure points, let's go all out on pressure points. The more we stack that up, the more damage it does. Alright, we got an Augmenter. Man with an eye patch and a devilish grin strides up to you. Hey there, stranger. Interested in advancing science? I can make you stronger than any training or blessing. You're going to need it if you're one of those heroes with a death wish. So we can either get Jaxed, which loses 3 HP, gain 2 strength, become a test subject that transforms 2 card, or ingest mutagens, which obtains a special relic. Well, let's ingest the mutagens. We gain 3 strength. At the end of your first turn, we lose 3 strength. So basically, we're just a little bit stronger on our first turn. Seems like a good thing. Alright. We cannot afford the pocket watch. We can't afford the shuriken. And we could afford the toolbox. At the start of each combat, choose one of 3 colorless cards and add the chosen card to your hand. That's pretty cool, but let's see what we got up here. We've got Tantrum, deal 3 damage 3 times, enter Wrath, and shuffle this card into your draw pile. That's useful. We got Conclude again. We got Tranquility, Crescendo, and Battle Hymn. At the start of each turn, add a Smite to your hand. Smites are 1 damage, retain, deal 12 damage, or 1 energy. That seems pretty useful. I think I'm going to go with the Battle Hymn here. And I think that's all I'm going to go for. Seems pretty good. Alright, let's see. Gonna go for the event den over here. Alright, so unfortunately we do not now have enough gold, shy by literally 1, to obtain this guy's relic. And I'm certainly not going to steal it, because that just seems very cruel. So I'm just going to leave. What? No! I said leave! Dang it! Really? I misclicked? That is very unfortunate. I definitely didn't mean to click that. That's the second time I've misclicked today. You need to pay more attention to where my mouse is. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. Alright. Let's strike this guy. Empty fist this guy. And then play a defend card. And then conclude to deal 15 damage to both of them. They're going to steal some gold from me. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, we're going to pressure points this guy. Crushing joints this guy. Pressure points this guy again. And then cut through fate this guy and see if we can't draw a strike. Or no, we want to keep the strike. Yes, confirm. Keep the strike. I should have gotten rid of the prey so I'd guarantee myself to draw the strike. Well, I did that wrong. That's alright. We'll do a study then. I'll take a little bit of damage, but we'll still be able to take this guy out in the next turn. For sure, since we're going to guarantee to draw the strike. Strike. Gold, gold, gold. Alright, we got Worship, which allows us to gain 5 mantra for 2 energy. We got Perseverance, which is retain, gain 5 block. When retained, increases block by 2 this combat. Ooh, nice. So that just gives us progressively more and more block. That's a pretty helpful one. Yeah, I'm going to go with Perseverance to get our block up as opposed to Sands of Time, which will deal a lot of damage. We have some good amount of stuff for dealing damage already. Let's see. We're getting a little low on health, so we could use a rest here to get a little higher up again. That's fine. So we'll continue onwards and head to this. Alright. Thick black smoke billows from the rounds and around you, coalescing into 3 masked forms. Ooh, let's see, we can get 5 apparitions, which allows us to gain 1 intangible. Intangible is very helpful because it means that turn we can not lose more than 1 HP from every attack. So no matter how much they were originally going to do, every damage only deals 1. However, it is ethereal, which means if we don't play it, it goes away. And if we do play it, it's exhausted. So if we draw an apparition, we basically have to play it that turn, or we lose it for the rest of the battle. And it makes us lose 36 max health. But I think that could be a fun trade-off. We can duplicate a card in our deck. Well, if we're going to do that, let's go with our pressure points plus. More pressure points are great. Alright, let's head this way to the chest here, see what we get out of that. We get a happy flower. Every 3 turns we gain 1 energy. Well, that's nice. Just a nice little happy flower. I'm sure nothing bad can come of that. Never taken the deal. Well, let's see if it's worth it. It might not be. I've never taken that one either, because it does seem like normally a lot of HP or to lose. But maybe in the long run it'll be a good thing. So let's give this guy a wheel kick to draw some cards here. Speaking of which, instead of taking 7 times 3 damage, let's take 1 times 3 damage. Therefore, it's already reduced the damage we're going to take by, like, 20. So that pretty much paid for itself in the first combat. Alright. Let's do it again. Play a study, do a pray. I'm gonna keep Perseverance in my hand because, I mean, if I'm only gonna take 3 damage this turn anyways, I might as well hold on to this to when the more block can be better used. Alright, let's do a battle hymn here, give this guy a strike, an empty fist. And these 2 apparitions are going to go away because there's no point in playing them. Goodbye, apparitions. Alright. More. So let's give this guy a smite, and then he will be judged. Boom. Judgment is a pretty great card. More pressure points? Let's go with more pressure points. Alright, since we're only down 3 HP, we can use the campfire to upgrade a card, or we could keep fighting some dudes and get more cards in our deck. Let's upgrade a card and then fight an elite. Elites give us cool relics. Or I could get this thing. Let's see, what happens if I upgrade Judgment? Where does it go? Judgment, it becomes 40 HP or less. Well, that is nice. Yeah, let's upgrade Judgment there. Judgment plus. Use it on these elites. Oh, minions. Alright, well. Let's do 2 defends here. A prey. And then conclude. Killing off one of them, get one down lower, and starting to take out this gremlin leader. Still going to take a decent amount of damage, but oof. Alright. Well, let's pressure point the leader. Let's give him a weave, give him a strike, give him an anti-palm. I mean, we might as well play the apparition since we don't have anything else to play this turn. And it's going to go away anyway. Oh, he summoned more people. Gross. Alright. We got... Alright, well, we're going to do the apparition. We'll play our defend plus. We'll do the battle hymn here, and we'll throw more pressure points on the gremlin leader, making him take even more damage. Alright, and everything's going to be blocked. I mean, the intangible has really has paid for itself already so far, which is nice, but I can definitely see how when we get to, like, a boss, this is going to be rough. Apply some more pressure points to the gremlin leader. Do the... Let's see what we got here. Let's see what insight draws us. I was hoping for judgment, but no judgment yet. Well, let's do a smite on this guy, and then do a perseverance so we don't get hit with that, and then we'll do a cut through fate on this guy here. We'll just discard both of these in hopes that I can get smite sooner. And weave. And actually we can just kill him off with pressure points. Even better. Nice. Pressure points. And his minions just kind of walk off. Like, oh. Nice. Start every combat with an additional energy. That means we can do even more on our first turns. Alright. Tranquility costing 0 and giving us an enter calm. Sands of Time deals 26. Ooh, well, dealing 26, if you can get that wait a couple turns, that's pretty great. I think I'm going to go with that. And, I mean, I can grab Blessing of the Forge, but it doesn't actually go in my potion, thanks to the Sozu there. Alright, this is one of my less happy combats, but again, Ethereal's going to help with a bit here. We can do Crushing Joint on the Mystic back here, throw some pressure points on him, do a Palm, do a Conclude, and we've already killed off one of them, and he's only going to do 1 damage thanks to our Intangible. So, yes, we cut our HP in basically half, but also, boy, has that been helping us. So we'll get rid of that. Actually, we'll leave the strike there and just, yeah, we'll just draw the defend, play that, end our turn. See what we draw here. And yeah, we got Judgment, so we should be able to, yeah, we got Sands of Time as well. This is just even better. Sands of Time does that, and then we'll play Miracle and judge this guy. Boom. He has been judged and found lacking. Alright, we got Meditate, which we've seen before, Simmering Fury, which at the start of your next turn enter Wrath and draw 3 cards, or Prey. Let's get another Prey. We haven't been getting into Divinity yet, so, and getting more of those draw more cards is, well, drawing more cards is always going to be helpful. Ooh, we got a Snecko. Fought these guys before, but do not remember exactly what they do, so we'll have to... They do some sort of negative thing, though, and I know you can get their eye as a relic. Alright, we'll do Vigilance here. Yeah, we have start off our... When we start battle, we have 5 energy that first round, which is pretty darn great. And because I played away of the empty palm to leave it, I got 2 more energy. Wow, that was... If we had a few ways to draw some cards that round, that would have been pretty great, but... Ah, yes, that's what they do. They make your cards cost random amounts. Thank you, Dunions. Dunion rings. Well, on the plus side, it made my wheel kick cost less. So, let's take advantage of him making some of my cards cheaper. The strikes being more expensive are not great, but not the end of the world. Alright, let's do a cut through fate here. Put the apparition in our discard pile. Throw the weave on him. Let's do this battle hymn. It only gives us 6, so it'll only be cut in half, which is not great, but it's certainly better than taking 12. Alright. It's alright. All we need to do is draw Judgment, and we're good, which we did. Hey, it actually made Sans' time only cost 1, so even better. Combine that with Judgment, and he's taken care of. Got Simmering Fury, Crescendo, or Bowling Bash. Let's take Crescendo, so if we want to really do a major amount of damage one turn, we can. Alright. Let's see what's doing some options are for upgrades here. Innate. Ooh, Battle Hymn being innate is nice, because then you just immediately start with it. I wonder what Apparition Plus does. Oh, Apparition Plus is not ethereal. Well, that's interesting. Probably not worth upgrading one of the apparitions randomly just to make it not ethereal, but it's good to know that's what it does. Cut through fate, deals 9 damage, scry 3. Let's make the Battle Hymn innate. Having a Battle Hymn specifically starting in our hand is going to be helpful. Alright, now we gotta fight this guy. This is gonna be difficult with only 20 HP. Maybe it would have been smarter to peel, but Battle Hymn is pretty great. Alright, so we're gonna be able to do everything. Everything in our hand we can do. Because we just have so much energy that first round. Of course, he's going to summon some minions. Got Sands of Time. We got pressure points. We can keep. We do not have any of the intangible cards, which would have been helpful in this case. We do have Judgment, which we can do to just take out one of these little minion dudes, which is nice to immediately do. We got Study, which is good. Let's do pressure points on this guy and a crush through time. That's fine. We'll draw the strike and end our turn here. Keep the rest of these. Gonna take some damage. Gonna take more damage than I thought and die on the second boss because, yeah, there wasn't really much I could do. This is probably the farthest I've gotten with her so far, and we leveled up, so we unlocked some new cards for her as well, which is neat. Let's see what we got. We got Prostrate, which gains 2 mantra and 4 block. That's neat. We got Blasphemy, which enters Divinity but then die next turn. Wow. So if you want to play Blasphemy, you better know for sure you can win that round, or else you are screwed. And then Devotion. At the start of your turn, gain 2 mantra. Ooh, Devotion sounds really, really good. Like, just getting Divinity every couple of turns, that's nice. Alright, let's do one more run, or at least try to do one more run here. I would really like to have the Watcher succeed once. Alright, let's see. Let's go for obtaining a random boss relic. Some of those are really good. We obtained the Tiny House. Upon pickup, gain 1 potion, 50 gold, raise your max HP by 5, obtain 1 card, and upgrade 1 card. Okay. Well... That's interesting. Let's go with Carve Reality. Tiny House is only useful once. That's not the boss relic I would have hoped for, but it's something. Alright, let's Vigilance and then strike this guy. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's do an Eruption, do that, do a Smite, and there we go. Take him out in 1 turn. Deal 10 damage, shuffle a Through Violence into your draw pile. Retain, deal 20 damage. Wow! That seems very, very good. I mean, it's 2 mana for, or it's 2 energy for deal 10 damage, but Through Violence is 0 cost 20, so I mean, that seems pretty good. Let's transform one of our strikes here into a pressure point. Alright, those worked well last time. We don't have a ton of money, so going to a shop's not great. So let's continue on with the events here. Alright, let's do a Carve Reality on this guy, a Smite on that guy to knock him down. Do a pressure point. No, not a pressure point. We'll do a pressure point. At least it does 1 actual damage. Oh, pressure point damage goes straight through shield or armor as well. That is good to know. I wasn't aware of that last round, or I wasn't noticing that. Pressure point damage is super great. Let's just take him out with this Reach Heaven. Flurry of Blows, Crescendo, or Follow-Up. Deal 7 damage, and if the last card was an attack, gain 1 mana. Alright, Follow-Up seems pretty good. As long as you play it after another attack card, it's basically free. Free 7 damage. Nice thing. Alright, let's do skill, strike, follow up, and then a defend. Alright, what do we got here? Let's carve some reality, smite this guy, and then finish him off with another strike. Flying Sleeves, but or just lucky. Scry 1, gain 2 block, deal 3 damage. Okay, sure. We could use a little luck on our side. So far I haven't been super great with this character, so a little luck, probably a good thing. Let's do a couple of block, carve reality, and hold on to that smite until next turn when we can hit him for a good amount of damage. Alright, let's do this. No, I definitely want to keep the pressure point. I threw a coin at the looter. He's probably happy about that. Alright, we'll play a couple of defends, do a strike. See what we can get here. Ooh, follow-up's nice. Do a good old smite. Do a couple more strikes and finish him off. Get some gold, get some gold. Ooh, another follow-up. That could be helpful if we could just get a string of follow-ups going together. We haven't lost that much health, so let's go for an elite enemy. Ah, yes, the 3 sentries again. Alright, let's, well, get off the thing from him, do a Carve Reality, do a strike, plus he's gonna have to take a little bit of damage because there's no defense to draw, but that's alright. Do just lucky. Nope, let's keep that up there for next turn. Do a vigilance. Do a defend. Still going to take a little bit of damage, but not as much. Three's not bad. Three's not bad. Alright, let's do a smite on this guy, and then do a follow-up, and a second follow-up. And do a couple of defense here. I was hoping to play Reach Heaven, but I think we need to be a little more careful with our health now. Alright, we're going to have a lot of dazed cards. Yep, I was just going to say, we're going to have a lot of dazed cards going into our hand this time. Let's drink this regen potion to start trying to negate some of these Gaz's damage. So we got here. Alright, well let's play Reach Heaven on this guy. Do a defend. And that'll be that turn. Alright. We'll go with the Just Lucky here. And yes, we will in fact get rid of that Dazed card. And that's an attack, so it gives us a follow-up. And then we can do a strike here and a defend here. This guy's down to 1 HP. More dazed, more dazed, more dazed. Alright, let's Carve Reality on this guy. Do a lovely follow-up. Smite him. Defend. Alright, and then we can finish this guy off with Through Violence. An oddly smooth stone, which allows us to start each combat with 1 dexterity. Alright, Sash Whip, pressure points, or Swivel. Let's stack up some pressure points again. That worked fairly well last time, but until it didn't. Alright, we're going to go with Vigilance and Defend here, take some less damage. Alright, start applying some pressure points to this guy. Just lucky. Yes, let's discard that strike. Do another strike. Play a defend card. Alright, let's do some more pressure points. do a strike, do a follow-up, and do another follow-up. So we get this guy all the way down to 17 before he splits into his 2 secondary slimes. Alright, so let's do our Reach Heaven here, do our follow-up, do our secondary strike, leaving him down at 1 HP. That is unfortunate. They're slowly weakening us. Weakened. So, alright, let's see what we got here. Well, we can do that, throw a couple of pressure points on both of these guys, and finish them off. Nice. Signature move can only be played if this is the only attack in your hand. Deal 30 damage. Wow. I feel like Sands of Time is probably just better than that. I mean, it doesn't deal quite as much damage, but you can play it alongside other stuff and it gets cheaper over time. And, I mean, I do have a decent amount of skills as opposed to attacks, but I also have a decent amount of attacks as well. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Sands of Time there. Alright, let's give this guy a pressure point. Carve Reality, and do a stronger strike on this one then. Alright, we're gonna get a little stronger, that's fine. Alright, perfect. We got a couple of follow-ups to finish off this guy. We can do a pressure point on him and a smite to finish him off as well. Gambler's Brew, draw any number of cards, or discard any number of cards, then draw that many. That's helpful. Ooh, Omniscience. Choose a card in your draw pile, play the chosen card twice, and exhaust it. Well, we have no way of even playing this currently because we got rid of the thing that gives us the extra mana, so unfortunately we have no way of playing Omniscience. It seems like it could be helpful, but nothing we can do about it. So let's go with another Reach Heaven or follow-up. Let's go with another follow-up. Hit the chests here, take the Sapphire Key. I mean, do we want an event and then a monster, or a monster then an event? Let's do the monster then the event here. Alright, let's do pressure points on this guy, and then defend, and then a follow-up. Even though we didn't attack, it's still at least something. Alright, we can finish that guy off with another pressure points, but let's do the follow-up first, since we didn't attack last time there. Do that. Carve Reality on this guy. And then hit him with a strike. And next turn we can finish him off with the smite. Smite, or whatever we want, really. Swift Potion, draw 3 cards. Well, let's get rid of one of these Dexterity Potions. I don't need all those. Flurry of Blows, Sash Whip, or Flying Sleeves. Let's go with Sash Whip. Alright, what do we get here? Ooh, we get Find Some Potions, Distill Chaos, play the top 3 cards on your draw pile, Energy, and Fruit Juice. Okay, well, let's discard this for the Fruit Juice, which we can then drink immediately to get some health. And then we're gonna discard that for the Distilled Chaos. Why just draw 3 cards when you can play them all immediately, right? do strike, strike, sash whip. And since I don't like this card, a guy, let's immediately discard, do chaos. Extra chaos. Nice! I hit him for 20 damage with the Sands of Time, which I normally wouldn't have been able to play. Alright, let's do Just Lucky. And then a follow-up. And then a strike. And then a defend. Hopefully we can take this guy out soon. Alright, let's do a Car of Reality, followed by a follow-up, followed by another follow-up. Let's just, yeah, that guy was not too bad. We got Bottled Flame. Choose an attack, start each combat with that attack card in your hand. Nice. We can start with something specific in our hand. I mean, let's start with Sands of Time. We won't be able to play it right away, but after a couple of turns, it'll get cheap. Or we could do something else like a follow-up, because we'll be pretty likely to draw a strike. Let's go with Sands of Time. Liquid Bronze, add a card. Let's go with Crushed Joints. Alright. I could rest. Or I could upgrade Sands of Time to make it even stronger. But it's only a little bit damage. I think we should probably rest more than do that. But we will try to do this elite. Alright. Alright, the good news is this guy stays asleep until we actually get rid of his armor. So we don't actually have to wake him up this turn. But now might be a good time to wake him up. Alright, some more pressure points are good. Carve Reality's good. Follow up here. Do a good old smite, knock him down a bunch. We'll take a lot of damage, but it's alright. Got that. We got Sash Whip, we got a follow-up, and then we got Sands of Time. Nice, he was dead in just a couple. He only hit us once. Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. Nice, nice. I'm probably not going to use this. Distilled Chaos is more fun. Protect, retain, gain 12 block. Let's go with Perseverance. We get one more campfire here. We do not need to rest at this point. Let's take the red key here, and we'll fight this boss and see what we get. Alright. Let's do that, and then follow it up with a lot of follow-up attacks. Why not? They're literally free to play. That was a pretty good amount of damage in one turn. Got our Sash Whip, defend, and then a Crushing Joint. Crush those joints, make it a little weaker so it doesn't hit as hard. Still hitting pretty hard, but that's alright. I mean, I'd love to retain this, but we kind of needed the block right now. Give him a strike. Give him a 3 violence. let's, why not do this one? Yeah, let's get rid of the defend card here. Play those pressure mark points. Play a couple of defends. Alright. Crush some joints, do a sash whip. 3 sands of time here. 1 defend. More burns, but that's alright. What do we got here? Ooh, some more pressure points. Nice. And a strike. And a couple of follow-ups. Strength. Oh man, he's making himself more powerful. I don't like that. But that's okay. Take some block. I would really like to pressure point here, but I think it's better if we don't take damage this round. Let's do just lucky. A bit of eruption there. Do a lovely follow-up. Strike. And we'll do that to throw some cards in there. Maybe playing the defend would have been better, right? That's fine. We just gotta not die. Hi, perfect. We drew it right away. Boom. And Sash Whip. And he is dead. Alright. Add 2 miracles. We get Brilliance, which deals 12 damage and deals a difference damage equal to the mantra named this combat. Well, we don't have any cards that give us mantra. But Devotion is one of those cards I thought would be really, really good. So we'll grab that one. Alright, so we can either no longer smith cards, cannot play more than 6 cards in 1 turn, or can no longer see enemy intent. That's a tough one. Well, no, because we are definitely playing a decent amount of cards with some of those free ones. That's a bad one. I guess I'm gonna go with the Smith one, because if I can't see what enemies do, I do not know that. Like, they do have some patterns. So if I actually knew what I was doing, I probably could do that one. But yeah, we're not gonna do that. All right. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to call it a little bit early tonight. Because I just, I have some stuff going on, but we'll be able to save and continue this run tomorrow evening. So tune in again then, and we'll hopefully be able to finish this run then. But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and it's been, yeah, we'll finish them tomorrow, Realkin Masters. Don't you worry. It's been going pretty great, so I think we're having a pretty good run so far. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. It's been a good time.